Hello, hello. I'm trying to share this with Facebook. See what happens. Need to remove that and post. Judy, nakuona. I see you. Thank you for coming. I wish this thing was interactive so we could just begin. Hello, hello. So I'm gonna just wait for like 1 minute. Push this camera a little bit behind. 1 minute, just 1 minute. So, welcome Soul Fam. Today we are unpacking something that's been used to both praise us and also control us. Strength. We are breaking it down so we can stop performing it and start living it. Anchor yourself with one slow breath. Before we go deeper and talk about this. So I am going to share the 5 phases of strength that we go through. And if this is too sensitive for you, probably that's the reason why you are here. So welcome. Strength isn't just one thing. Strength is a big spectrum that we move through briefly in each moment. So I'm going to begin by naming the 5 spectrums and 5 phases of strength. The first one is inherited strength, what we witnessed but never chose. What we saw our mothers do, what we saw our fathers do, what we saw people around us do. So that is inherited strength, what we witnessed but never chose. It chose us. Number 2, conditioned strength, what society demanded to call us capable. Conditioned strength, what the general society demands of us to call us capable. And then we will talk about number 3, which is wounded strength, what we built to survive. Wounded strength is what we built to survive. Number 4, performative strength, what we wear to look okay. Number 4 is performative strength, what we wear so that everybody who looks at us thinks we are okay and we are good. In the end, we will talk about reclaimed strength, what we return to, aligned, honest, and whole. Ask yourself this. Which version of strength are you healing from? And which version are you now choosing? Remember, there's 5 types of strength. Inherited strength, what we witnessed but never chose. Conditioned strength, what society demanded to call us capable. Wounded strength, what we built to survive. From our own experiences, we built strength so that we can survive. Performative strength, what we wear to look okay, so that everybody who sees us thinks we are good, we are doing fine. And last but not least, reclaimed strength, what we return to, aligned, honest, and whole. My own bold truth, I am no longer strong because I carry everything. I'm strong because I put things down that don't belong to me anymore. Hear that one more time. I am no longer strong because I carry everything. I am strong because I put down that don't belong to me. I put it down. I don't want to carry it anymore. That kind of felt so deep in my chest. So welcome to my part of becoming. And if you are here, maybe it's part of yours too. You don't have to carry inherited strength. You get to create softer, truer, and still powerful strength for yourself. Something to help you follow through and carry you through. So let's begin. We will begin with inherited strength. I will give you a definition of what that means. What you absorbed unconsciously from culture, from family, gender roles, or religion. That is what we call inherited strength. The core message here today: strong women sacrifice. Strong men don't cry. Keep going no matter what. That is what inherited strength says to us. It is what we absorbed unconsciously from our culture, from our families, the gender roles, from our religions. And it is saying to us, strong women, to be loved, to be chosen, we have to sacrifice. Strong men don't cry. Keep going on no matter what. These are the core messages that inherited strength says to us. The impact of this: you carry patterns without knowing you have a choice. You carry patterns without knowing you have a choice. How does this manifest today? Watching your mother stay in a toxic marriage and calling it duty. When your mother is staying in a toxic marriage, calls it duty, excuses, oh, it's because of the children, oh, I love my man, or the society will say this and that. That's what we call inherited strength. Number 2, being taught that rest is laziness, especially for women. When you are taught that to rest is to be lazy, you internalize that. You find it so hard to just put your feet up and just relax. You can't do that because it tells you to be loved, to be accepted. You cannot be lazy. You cannot show people that you deserve to rest. Number 3, hearing boys don't cry and accepting emotional suppression as normal. Yeah, we expect boys to be strong. We expect boys to never show their emotions. And then as we grow up into older women and we have to be with this man, then we start complaining. They're cold, they're hard, they don't say what they think, they don't say what they feel, we don't know what they're feeling. But we taught them early on that boys don't need to cry. Boys shouldn't cry. Number 4, Seeing elders never ask for help, so you internalize self-sacrifice. When you see people around you, they never ask for help, especially the older generation. They wing it. They do everything by themselves. They never ask for help. That is internalized, inherited strength, because a lot of older people feel shame in asking for help. Wait for this one. Being praised as a child for being mature and never complaining. Praising your child for being mature and never complaining. This is part of what we have absorbed unconsciously, because we feel when we tell a child they are mature, they are not crying, they are not saying what they need, they are trying to act like a little grown-up man or a little grown-up lady. That's unconsciously what we have inherited as a strength. We see people do it all the time. So the core message today, when it comes to inherited strength, strong women sacrifice, strong men don't cry, keep going no matter what. We have to check these inherited prejudices and these inherited habits, because women don't need to sacrifice, and men definitely need to cry, and you need rest. And if your mother is in a toxic relationship and calling it duty, you must be able to identify that as inherited strength, something she performs. Very well. Let's go to number 2, conditioned strength. The definition for this is strength modeled by societal's expectations. Conditioned strength is strength modeled by societal expectations. Core message here: be likable, be competent, be in control. The impact: you are rewarded for disconnection. Hi guys, thank you for joining. We are talking about the spectrum of strength, and we are talking about number 2, spectrum of strength number 2, conditioned strength. This is modeled by societal's expectations. The core message here is be likable, be competent, be in control. Hi, Miss Jackson. How are you? Be in control. The impact here: you are rewarded for disconnection. How does this show itself? Smiling in uncomfortable situations to seem agreeable. Working while sick to prove commitment. Working while sick to prove commitment, because you feel ashamed when you are home and sick. So you push yourself to go to work, even when what you need at that moment is rest. Number 3, swallowing frustration. I have a problem with SH. I am a Luo, so whatever. Swallowing frustration in meetings to avoid conflict. You swallow frustration in meetings to avoid conflict. You don't say what you think. Or if you do, you model your language in a way that everybody is able to feel comfortable with. I think we should be willing to allow uncomfortability live within us and live with us. It's okay. It doesn't have to be a big issue. Being praised for multitasking to exhaustion. When you are being praised because you do everything, you are sick, you are still at work, you are dying there. So being praised for multitasking is also part of conditioned strength. This is strength by societal's expectation, and the core message here is be likable, be competent, be in control. I will be going to number 3, wounded strength. The definition here, it is strength born from pain, from betrayal or survival. Hi Akinyi, karibu, karibu. We are talking about wounded strength now, and the definition is pain, strength born from pain, betrayal and survival. You are hurting so much, you have to be strong. The core message here is, if I stop holding it all, it will collapse. The impact, protective but exhausting, looks like strength, feels like silence. We go through a lot of pain, we go through a lot of betrayal and survival, and we build this as strength. I know a lot of Black women have this thing where, you know, they are like, I've gone through everything possible you can possibly imagine, and I am therefore strong. Wounded strength is not strength. Even though pain, betrayal, and survival is part of life, we don't have to be strong. We have to accept help, and we have to agree we are very weak. We don't have to take this anymore. And the core message of you being strong from your survival, from your pain, and from your betrayal is because you feel if you stop doing something about it, it will collapse. Let things collapse. What could possibly happen? Let things collapse. So how does this manifest itself? Wounded strength manifests itself through taking care of everyone while silently resenting it. You take care of everyone around you while silently resent what you do. You hate it. You don't want to do it, but you do it because you think that is strength. Number 2, never crying because you are afraid it will all come undone. You hold it in. Sometimes unconsciously, you hold it in because you are afraid if you cry, people will think you're weak. If you cry, people will assume whatever they assume. So you hold on into this strength to show people you are capable, you are strong. And then probably go home and cry by yourself. You know? I personally, I have a hard time crying in front of people. I really do. I don't even remember when I cried. I have a hard time crying. So this is one of the things I'm going to train to, especially as a Black woman. I need these tears to start falling. Number 3, refusing to admit you are tired, even to yourself. You refuse to admit you are tired, even to yourself. That is wounded strength, strength that comes from pain, betrayal, and survival. Even when you are tired, you refuse to rest. To me, this manifests itself in, it's a Saturday morning, and all my rest signals are panicking because I'm like, I need to clean my house, I need to go shopping, I need to wash clothes, until I figure out how to do this. So I wash clothes on Monday, I do something else on Tuesday, I bought a robot vacuum cleaner. I just want to take life easy, man. I don't want to die here, doing all these things, running around just because I have to survive. And I don't have to. Nothing will happen. The world will not collapse if I don't do it. And then we go to number 4, doing everything alone so you are never disappointed by others. You do everything by yourself and alone so that you are never disappointed by others. You don't ask for help. You feel like nobody is going to help you. So you hold on to this strength. Oh, Miss Jackson, you need to change that, because just ask for help, Ask. They either help you or not. That's what I believe. People will help you if they feel like they want to, or they won't. Ask for help. Number 5, feeling shame for needing support or softness. You are so ashamed to say, I want love. You are so ashamed to say, I need someone by my side. You are so ashamed to say what you want, even when you know you truly need that. And that's what we've been working on. Taking that shame, putting it down, because we gain nothing by being ashamed for needing the support that we need. I am not sure if there is any, I'm still learning how to use TikTok. So bear with me. Let's go to number 4. Number 4 is performative strength. The definition: projecting strength to avoid being questioned, pitied, or dismissed. We perform strength so that we can avoid to be questioned, pitied, or dismissed. The core message here is, if I don't look strong, they'll never respect me. I think women have this. Women, we try to be so strong because we also need the respect of men. If men are going to respect us, we have to act and behave like them, like, oh my God, I am strong. So performing strength, projecting strength to avoid being questioned, pitied, or dismissed. The core message here: if I don't look strong, they won't respect me. The impact here is, it feeds your image but starves your soul. Your image will look polished, it will look fine, you look strong, but your soul will be starved because you are performing something that you are not. So projecting strength to avoid being questioned, to avoid being pitied or being dismissed is one thing we have to figure out how to get away from. Hi, Ash. Yeah. So how does this show up? Posting your wins online while struggling privately. That is number 1. Number 2, acting unbothered to maintain control over your image. You are afraid of showing your emotions. You are afraid of saying what you think. You are afraid of exploding. So you hold it on because you're performing strength. Your image looks good. Your image looks very good. But your soul, you are angry. Your soul is starved because nobody is seeing you. Thank you, Miss Jackson, for the heart. I don't know how this works. Thank you so much. Akinyi, yeah. Acting unbothered to maintain control of our image so that people can see us. It feeds our image. Our image looks very good, but our soul, dead. Number 4, using productivity as a shield against your emotions. You cannot talk to me about this because I will tell you one thing. The way people run around being busy is crazy. They use productivity as a shield against emotions. For you not to feel anything, you need to be having a busy schedule. There is just no moment you'll put away your phone or radio or TV just to say, you know what, I'm here today. I am here today. No distractions. Let me deal with my emotions. Let me look at my emotions. And it is easier to use productivity because you're also feeling useful and you're also getting something out of it. So using productivity as a shield against your emotions. Let us go to number 5. Pretending to be fine because you are the ones others rely on. You pretend to be fine because you are the one others rely on. Nobody knows what you're going through because you are the one who knows what everybody else is going through. So you are pretending to be fine because you are the ones other people rely on. So that was performative strength. The definition is projecting strength to avoid being questioned, pitied, or dismissed. And the core message here is, if I don't look strong, they'll never respect me. So you have to be strong. What spoke to me most here is the last one, pretending to be fine because you are the ones others rely on. Let me tell you how much anger this brings. When everybody can come and ask you for anything. Even when you don't have it, they don't even care, they don't even question. But because you are pretending to be fine and you have an image to protect while your soul is starving, you just allow this to continue and to go on. Thank you so much for coming to this live. Hold my hand. Hold my hand, I hold your hand, yeah? Thank you. So, I wanted to go over, before I go to number 5, how to reclaim our strength. Yes, I am recording this session. Oh, not for YouTube, but I can actually upload them on YouTube. That was a good idea. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that. I want to go back to the core features of strength and old systems so that people who are joining us can kind of get the gist of what we are talking about. We are talking about performance over presence, performing strength. So the core features of these old systems, before we go to the last topic where we reclaim our strength back, we are going to look at the core features of old systems. Number 1, it is performance over presence, saying the right thing instead of the true thing. As a Libra, I can't lie. I'll tell you to your face, do what you need to do with it. So I don't feel like I'm capable of saying the right thing instead of the true thing. And this is a call mostly for yourself to figure out what is really the true thing for you, for other people around you. What is the true thing? Number 2, being palatable so others don't feel uncomfortable. Always twisting and shifting so that other people are not uncomfortable. Performance over presence, living for approval, for applause, for permission. If you don't post it, it didn't happen. You know your truth. Follow your truth. Number 2, of core features of old systems of strength, guilt-based motivation. Doing things out of obligation, not desire. Oh my God. You do things out of obligation, not desire, not what you truly want to do, but you do it because you have to do it. We do this with our jobs. We do this with our marriages. We do this with everything. Basically, if you're in a job that you don't like, you are in a job that you're feeling unproductive, you are whining about situations, you are in a marriage where you are crying and whining every day, you are living for approval of someone and applause and permission while forgetting who you are. You are doing things out of obligation, not out of desire. Get out of that job. Get out of that job. Guilt-based motivation for strength. Now, this is you looking at you. Now, forget everybody else. When we are talking about core features of old systems of strength, we are now returning back to us and taking responsibility for us. When you have guilt-based motivation to be strong, you are doing these things out of obligation and not desire. You are feeling bad for resting because you have guilt. Your guilt is killing you. You may refuse to see it, you may refuse to acknowledge it, but you know your truth. Sacrificing peace just to avoid someone else's discomfort. You want people to be so comfortable with crossing your boundaries, people to be so comfortable with saying anything they want to do, because you are sacrificing the peace. Women do this a lot. To keep the peace in the family, a lot of women sacrifice everything so that nobody is discomfortable in the family. So that was core features of old systems of strength, the guilt-based motivation. Doing things out of obligation, not desire, feeling bad for resting, sacrificing peace just to avoid someone else's discomfort. Now we are going to number 3, the overfunctioning for safety. One of the core features of old systems of strength is overfunctioning for safety. Taking emotional responsibility for everyone around you. Please, women especially, stop doing that. Overfunctioning for safety, because if you don't overfunction, people are not going to love and respect you. So you think taking responsibility, emotional responsibility for everybody is going to make people love you. Number 2, keeping the peace by silencing your needs. How many times do we have to talk about this? You keep your peace to silence your own needs. This is just overfunctioning for safety. You are afraid. That's why you keep the peace and you silence your needs so that everybody around you feels comfortable. We go to number 3 on overfunctioning for safety. Being strong, being the strong one because no one else will be. Have you ever been in a situation where you are the one who is always doing, you are the one who is always the strong one, you are the one who is always holding everybody in that family. You are the auntie, you are the uncle that everybody is looking up to. Then you go home, resent everything and crying because we are all babies deep down inside. We are all children. We need people to support us. And this means we are also infantilizing a lot of men. We infantilize the men in our relationships because we act like we are strong, we are able, and these men cannot do anything by themselves while they know they can and they are very capable. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. From today onwards, we are moving towards being strong for us and letting others also be strong for themselves and take responsibility for themselves. This is going to make you lose a lot of people in your life, but they have to deal with themselves and you have to deal with yourself. So that was overfunctioning for safety. 3 points: taking emotional responsibility for everyone. Number 2, keeping the peace by silencing your needs. Number 3, being the strong one because no one else will be. We are going to number 4, the core features of old systems of strength. Number 4 is identity based, built and based on your past wounds. You build an identity based on your past wounds. Defining yourself by the trauma you survived. Number 1, you define yourself by the trauma you survived. As an orphan, I know this too well. And as a woman who is 43, sometimes when I hear adult women, almost 50, talking about I am an orphan as an orphan. That is no longer the identity. You survived that trauma. You cannot go into adulthood carrying that same trauma and identifying yourself. That identity belongs to where it belonged when you were a child. Defining yourself by the trauma you survived. You survived that trauma. Let it go. Let it go. Find a new identity. An identity that says, I am here and this is my path now. So that was number 1. Defining yourself by the trauma you survived. Number 2, holding on to pain because it gave you a purpose. You are holding on to pain because it gave you a purpose. Now you feel useful. You have to go to the streets to protest every day because you have something that you're holding on to, an identity. Please rest in your identity. I can talk about so many things when it comes to holding pain, holding on to pain because it gives you a purpose. So many people will sit here and tell you the stories of how bad their husbands are, how bad their wives are, because that is now the identity and the story they want to define themselves by. That is the identity. They know why they do it. Probably they do it because they're unconscious, they want sympathy, or they have just built this identity for themselves. That's who they are now. So, identity built on past wounds as a strength shows up also when you're feeling lost, when you are no longer struggling. I know this too well. If you have suffered and now you don't have to suffer anymore, you don't know what to do with yourself. You are feeling lost because your struggles no longer define you. You are feeling so lost and now you have to find a new identity. So the core features of old system of strength when it comes to identity built on past wounds is number 1, defining yourself by the trauma you survived. Holding on to pain because it gave you purpose. Feeling lost when you are no longer struggling. I understand pain is difficult, but at some point, I'm tired of pain. I don't want that. I'm tired. I want to move to glory. That's what I want to do. Then we are going to look at the last core features of old systems of strength. Listen to this. This is very interesting. Control disguised as clarity. Control disguised as clarity. Hey, Clever. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Control disguised as clarity. How does this show up? Number 1, mistaking rigidity for boundaries. You are so rigid in your ways and you call that boundaries. You cannot even allow yourself to make a mistake. You are so rigid in the way your day is planned, in the way your vision is set, and then you call that boundaries. Boundaries don't have to be hard. You can soften your boundaries and still have them be boundaries without putting so much tension and energy into yourself. So control disguised as clarity shows up mistaking rigidity for boundaries. Number 2, trying to outsmart uncertainty instead of trusting your field. Woo. Woo. Yeah, rigid can also be stubbornness. You are so stubborn, you cannot even think outside of the box. But let's listen to this. Trying to outsmart uncertainty instead of trusting your field. You've already crossed 1,000 loops. You are thinking, this is gonna happen, so let me do this. You are trying to outsmart uncertainty. Let things be uncertain. I know this is also hard for me. I'm not speaking from a place of fully healing and I am working on it. I am really working on it. So trying to outsmart uncertainty instead of trusting your field and trusting things will work out or they will not. Let it be what it is. Number 3, how control is disguised as clarity, needing everything to make sense before moving. This one is me. This one is me. I always admire people who just wake up and decide, okay, I'm gonna do this. For me, I usually feel like I need everything to make sense before I can take that step. And I'm learning to do that. I can just come here and do these live videos. I don't need to keep worrying about this. I don't really care anymore. I'm trying to be stable. I'm trying to do what I need to do, even when things are unclear for me. So that was going through the core features of all systems of strength. Number 1, I'm going to go back again. Performance over presence, where you are saying the right thing instead of the true thing. Being palatable so others don't feel uncomfortable. Living for approval, applause, and permission. Number 2, guilt-based motivation. This is you looking at you now. Why do you perform strength? Because you have guilt. You have guilt that is guilt-based. You call it motivation. You don't realize it, but you do. You are doing things out of obligation, not desire. You're feeling bad for resting. It's a Saturday morning. Rest, baby girl. Rest. Number 3, living for approval, applause, or permission. Oh, that was performance over presence. Number 3, sacrificing peace just to avoid someone else's discomfort. Now we're going to number 3, over functioning for safety, taking emotional responsibility for others. Because if you don't, nobody will see you. So you decide you are going to take care of everybody so that people see you. Keeping the peace by silencing your needs. You have needs, so now you keep peace. Raven 42, welcome. Being the strong one because no one else will be. You feel like you have to do these things, you have to fix things because no one else will. You have to be strong. Number 4, identity built on past wound. For some, identity built on past wounds. Defining yourself by the trauma you survived. You survived a trauma, now you are using that trauma to define who you are. Number 2, holding on to pain because it gave you a purpose. That is so real. Because through that pain, you are able to function because you don't know what to do without pain. Feeling lost when you are no longer struggling. When you are no longer struggling, you don't know what to do with yourself. You don't know how to push yourself forward. You would rather go back to the trauma and the survival that you know than to make a step towards something new and strange and uncomfortable. I am learning this myself. Especially when it comes to relationships, I feel like I'm having a hard time to really believe that I could be with someone who is holding the same depth as I feel I hold. The last one, number 5, control disguised as clarity. Mistaking rigidity for boundaries. You are rigid, your boundaries are so strong. Oh, clever. I should explain more about boundaries being soft. This is what we mean when we say boundaries can be soft. You say it, for example, I don't want you to think that I am going to help you more than the limit that I have given myself to help you. Say somebody asks you for money and you actually have the money. Yeah. Tap, 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 guys. I hear people have to say tap, tap. I don't know. Okay. So, and then somebody, you just feel like now you have to explain yourself. You have to tell this person, I can't give you this because of this. You said you don't want to give it. Even not wanting to give it is a reason enough. I don't want to give it right now. I don't want to give it because you have your plans, you have your own things. Then you let it be there. You don't linger in the whole, am I a bad person for not helping? Am I a bad person for not giving? Am I this and this for not doing this and that? You have to understand your boundaries. Don't need the rigidity they need. You have to say it once and rest in peace in it and trust yourself for it. The reason our boundaries get hard is because we want to keep saying the same thing every day. We want to say, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. You don't have to speak sometimes. They do it, you are out of that place. You are not allowing people to soften your boundaries for you. You are going to soften your boundaries for yourself. Number 2, trying to outsmart uncertainty instead of trusting your field. You don't know what the future holds. Nobody does. So we are going to learn how to trust. Clever, I hope I answered a little bit of your question. So if you have another question, just write it and I'll try to figure out if I can answer it. Needing everything to make sense before moving. I suffer from this because I've been doing this teaching, this Kundalini awakening for so many years, and I've been feeling like everything has to make sense for me to begin doing this and to teach. Magindivo karibu. Until now, I've just decided, you know what? Nothing has to make sense for me. If it's that job you want, do it. Go ask for it. Do what you need to do. And let God do the rest. So, I will go to the last part of this live, which is how you can reclaim your strength. And reclaimed strength is what I've been trying to work with right now. That is giving me the strength to also do things and have some creativity in my life that keeps me stable. So reclaimed strength, the definition of it is strength rooted in boundaries, honesty, and energetic alignment. Magindivo. Aya, mmekutana. Definition, strength rooted in boundaries, honesty, and energetic alignment. This is what reclaimed strength means. The core message here is, I am strong because I am whole, not because I never break. The impact, your strength nourishes you, not just others. Because you are strong, you are able to take care of you first. You're able to nourish yourself before you start giving your energy and your strength to other people. So how do we do this? How do we reclaim our strength? How does reclaimed strength looks like? Saying no without apology or justification. You say no without apology or justification. You're not going to apologize for saying no. The last 2 years, I have said no to everything just for the sake of saying no. It's worked out so perfectly for me because I'm not stuck in the loop of arguments. I'm not stuck in the loop of trying to justify myself. I'm not stuck in the loop of trying to please people. It's a no. You're going to take it or you're going to leave it. Number 2, how to reclaim your strength and how reclaimed strength looks like. Resting without guilt or explanation. If you are tired, man, take a rest. You are tired, rest without guilt or explanation. You don't need to explain to anybody. Mostly this guilt is self-inflicted. In the morning, on a Saturday morning, you have the pressure to do everything because we were taught and we were raised to do that. So your heart is palpitating even when you don't have much to do. So resting without guilt or explanation is part of reclaiming the strength you have. Number 2, letting people sit with their discomfort without rescuing them. Strength is also in obeying your boundaries and not allowing people to make you stretch them. Yes, exactly. Don't allow people to push the goalpost all the time. I said no, and that's enough. That's enough. Miss Jackson, vizuri kabisa. This year, we are saying no even to unnecessary things, just to practice. Just to practice. Letting people sit with their own discomfort without rescuing them. Let people weep. Let people stay in that discomfort without you rescuing them. Because sometimes we have to over-explain ourselves. I used to do this. These days I'm like, oh my God, I said what I said. That's my boundary. I'm not going to make you feel better about it. You take it or you leave it. I'm good. Number 4, admitting you don't know and being okay with it. We don't know so many things. Admit you don't know. We are not going to pretend and perform so that our image looks good but our souls are starved. We are not going to do that. So admitting you don't know, that's good for you. Because people will now have to start working by themselves and figuring out how to sort their own problems. Admit you don't know. Let people deal with their own situations. And when you help because that is the moment you can and that is where you will do it. You are strong when you don't over-explain yourself. Yes, Clever, very strong. You don't have to over-explain yourself. You say it with clarity, kindly, softly, and even if you need to say it with explosion, because that means a lot of boundaries have been crossed. Before you get mad, a lot of boundaries have been crossed. So whatever method you need to speak up and let people know you will not allow them to cross your boundaries. And the last way of reclaiming your strength, leaving spaces that honor your presence but not your boundaries. There are spaces we go in, they honor your presence but not your boundaries. They don't listen to you, but they are happy you are there because you add to something, a value. You add a value to them. So they are happy you are there for some reason, but they are not respecting your boundaries. Reclaim your strength, my people. This Saturday evening, reclaim your strength by saying no without apology, by resting without guilt, by letting people sit with their own discomfort without you going to rescue them. We do this especially with our children. I have done it so many times. When my child needs correction, and then I feel bad for correcting my child. Guilty as charged. And when we have to speak what we need with our partners, we say it in such a way that they are able to understand, because we are infantilizing these people and we are thinking they are not understanding. We are not reclaiming our strength. I am so guilty as charged when it comes to that. So guilty as charged. The love will end in 4 minutes. Okay, there is something that has been detected. I don't know what. Drag the puzzle. Okay. So let me just finish so that I don't get kicked out of this live. I don't know what this is about. I am going to go through the last part. If everybody is seeing me, I'm going to go through the last part. I don't know what this is. We have detected inactivity during your live. Complete the verification. People, like this live, man. Like, tap, 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 tap. I hear you have to say tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. Puzzle is not okay. Tap, 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 tap. Yeah. I'm seeing 10.8K. I don't know if that is 1,000 or 10,000. I don't know. But tap, 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 because my video is probably okay, whatever. Let me finish. So the bold truth declaration today is, I am no longer strong because I carry everything. I am strong because I put down that doesn't belong to me anymore. Tapuru, tapuru, tapuru. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. Yesterday we did so good. Tap, tap, tap. I'm not sure what this is. Tap, tap, tap. It's saying there was inactivity. Where? And this TikTok is work. You have to tap, tap. Anyway, so what is the invitation these 2 minutes before the live goes off? I am giving you an invitation and a transition. I am inviting you to a transition. This is part of my becoming, and if you are here, maybe it's yours too. You don't have to carry inherited strength anymore. You get to create something softer, truer, and still powerful. We are not going to be silent. We are not going to say the right thing instead of the true thing. We are not going to watch our mothers stay in toxic marriage and call it duty. Strong women sacrifice, strong men don't cry, keep going no matter what. We are not going to do that. We are going to tap into the rest. We are going to enjoy our time. We are going to rest. Conditioned strength, strength modeled by society. Society can kiss my ass. The core message is to be likable, be competent, be in control. It is whatever it is. Wounded strength, strength born from pain, from survival. Let us reclaim our energy. I have like 1 minute before this thing. Wait a minute, yeah. So, oh, this didn't work. So, I have 1 minute before they cut the live. So, I'm just going to finish this live by going through the 5 points again. How to reclaim your strength. Saying no without apology or justification. Resting without guilt. Letting people sit with their own discomfort without rescuing them. Admitting you don't know and being okay with it. Leaving spaces that honor your presence but not your boundaries. Thank you so much. Okay, now I will, okay. Oh, I think the live now worked. For some reason, people are tapping. Oh, thank you so much. So let me just go through so that the people who are here that have come again can just have like a short summary. We have 5 features of core old systems of strength, which is performance over presence, saying the right thing instead of the true thing, being palatable so that others don't feel uncomfortable, living for approval, applause, or permission. Tap, tap, people. And then guilt-based motivation. This now is what you have to take in by yourself. These core strong beliefs, strength beliefs, take them now, figure out what to do with them. Number 2, guilt-based motivation. You are motivated by guilt to be strong, by doing things out of obligation, not desire, by feeling bad for resting, by sacrificing peace just to avoid someone else's discomfort. Thank you, Akinyi. Number 3, over-functioning for safety, taking emotional responsibility for everyone. We are not doing that anymore. I was good at doing that. I'm not doing that. Keeping the peace by silencing your needs. You have needs, but you're afraid of saying. because you feel like if you ask your man to do that thing for you, it will disrupt the peace. I will go ahead and create chaos. I will say what I want. Being strong, sacrificing peace to avoid someone else's discomfort, taking emotional responsibility for others, keeping the peace by silencing your needs, being the strong one because no one else will be. Identity built on past wounds, defining yourself by the trauma you survived. This is coming right onto me. Holding on to pain because it gave you a purpose, it gave you a reason for life, it gives you a story to tell. It gave you fire. Your pain gave you fire. So you hold on to this strength. We need to transmute that strength into something that can uplift us. Feeling lost when you are no longer struggling. Because you are used to struggling so much, you stop. Now things are good. I don't know what to do with myself. You fall back to the old system of things. Number 5, control disguised as clarity, mistaking rigidity for boundaries. I have done this because I felt like nobody was listening to me. When I said no, nobody was listening to me. So I had to be very rigid and crazy. It took so much energy from me. Trying to outsmart uncertainty instead of trusting your field. Trust that things will work out. And even if they don't work out, things will work out eventually. Needing everything to make sense before moving. Nothing has to make sense before moving. So, guys, we've been doing this for 1 hour, 4 minutes. The tap, 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 tap worked so well. I have no idea that you have to say tap, tap for the live to continue. Now I know, so I will be reminding you guys to tap, tap. Thank you so much for your time. I have recorded this video, so I'm going to share it on Facebook. And like Miss Jackson said, I'm going to put this also on YouTube because apparently I've never thought about that. So this sounds good. Thank you so much. I am seeing that 14K likes. You people, thank you so much. That was a lot of hard work. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Have a nice evening. I'm going to end the live. Mwah. Appreciate you very much. Thank you. How do I end the live also now? Hey. End now.